I had no idea that the barriers were even on. I felt the first initial hit, and then when we went in again in the first outer zone, I felt it again, and I was just like, oh shit. Like, I probably lost the battle from that. But I kept going. I was just like, well, you're at a battle, you know, you're having fun, you know, just stick it to his door. And when I transferred back, I noticed it was like super slow rotating, and I was just like, this feels really weird, but whatever, keep going. When I pulled up to the line, a bunch of people were like, yo, you just destroyed the course. And I was like, oh man, like the last thing I want is downtime. Then someone, I think it was Dan, showed me a video of it. And I was like, oh my God, like I just saw like this whole barrier going around the course. And I was just cracking up. I was just like, out of all things to happen, of course it would be me that happens to. I was just cracking up at the line. It was unreal. The LZ event was sick. The driver lineup was insane. You know, just to name a couple few, like Nate Hamilton, Luke Fink, Chelsea Denofa, Adam himself, TJ Hunt, Grant, Jimmy, Brad Dan, a lot of Florida locals like Sean Booth. All these guys were just shredding. It was just a group of heavy hitters. And when you look at the list, you're like, damn, that's going to be some serious competition. Track aspect of it, I know it's a oval track or not oval track, I'm sorry. I know it's a skid pad, but the guys at Drift Games and Swan killed it on course organization and just how it was ran, and everything was just flowing. The course is a little bit tough because between the S15, the gearing wasn't right. I thought it would be awesome down there, third would rip, but the run up to the first outer zone was a little bit tough with the gearing. So that's why in the competition, I actually switched to the JZX because I was like, all right, I can bang first, bang second, and then just continue the course and get wheel speed, vehicle speed up there. Overall, it's an insane event. The spectators and fans that are there are unreal. There were so many people that were so hyped. I gave tons of ride-alongs, like 50 plus ride-alongs in the JZX Friday and Saturday. So that was super cool, just experiencing people's first rides and just being hyped to be there. Makes me hyped on drifting. So overall, the LZ Invitational is an event that you never want to miss, especially if you're a driver. Just tons of seat time and just a great group of people. So, man, it's killer. Hope we can go back next year. Most memorable event of the weekend was definitely tandem runs with Sean Booth. Throughout like the past couple of years, people would tag me as Sean's car and Sean's car as me. And it was the first time that we actually got to do tandems in the S15s. The runs were insane. Sean's an incredible driver and gave me a couple love taps. But just having him and driving with him was probably like the highlight of the event. I mean, we've been talking about driving with each other for years and finally made it happen. So the runs were really good. He got the win in the call-out battle. Hats off to him. My car broke up in the chase, but he let me chase again. Still, he was killing it, and he got the win on that. But even win or lose, those runs were so much fun, and that's what I love about drifting, just having fun with your boys. I think if there could be any track that the LZ Invitational could go to, we'll keep it on the East Coast for this sake. I would say Thompson, the Lock City Drift Crew. There's tons of great drivers up there. The track is great. I feel like there's a lot of drivers that could bring some serious heat to the competition. A lot of areas for spectators and also a place to have a car show. So it's all in one, a great place to be, great track, great vibes, and I feel like it'd be a great place. The worst part of the event, I lost my Apexy gloves. I don't know where they are. I think I left them near the food where Savio was cooking. Because I went up and it was the last battle and they're like, yo, you're up. And I was eating a plate and I was just like, oh shit, I gotta go. And I hop in the car, Dimitri's laughing at me and I'm just like, no gloves. That was one of the worst parts. The second worst part, first qualifying lap, I thought it would be better to be in the 15, shift second, leave the line in second, shift to third, but third was just too boggy and I just washed out and hit all the barriers and it got me a low score. Going back to like FD days, I would hate qualifying real low in my first run because it would mentally mess with me. But I'm just like, dude, you're jamming with your boys. You're going to drive anyway. Who cares? Just lay down a lap and have fun. So hitting the barriers was rough. Getting that low score, I was just like, man, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. I felt super old, dude. Well, that's a great question. What to do to make the car better suited for the track? My team's so good already, so we don't need to do anything there. They kept the car awesome. They knew what to do. They were dialed in. So I think the first thing that I would do is probably do a driver mod and get me the hell out of this driver's seat. All jokes aside, I feel like gearing killed us. Being stuck between second and third gear made us slow. Not a lot of tire smoke either. When we were down at Drift HQ, they had a bunch of winners differentials, and I was just thinking in my head, I really wish my car had one. I'm probably going to hit them up and order one because that absolutely killed me. I love ripping the 15. I feel real comfortable in it, especially with the Heatmaker knuckles. I can just throw it lock to lock, but the gearing killed me. So definitely throwing in a winner's quick change would be the one thing I would change. 5 most memorable events from this past weekend. 1, definitely stopping by Drift HQ, seeing everything over there. The compound's insane. Their whole garage is immaculate. Seeing the builds that Duarte and the rest of the crew, Cricket, is doing is top notch. Also on the same property as Adam's spot, and it's so sick seeing all his cars. We were having a couple drinks, just looking at his cars. All the guys are finishing the 4-rotor Supra, and we're just soaking it all in, and we're just like, I guess this is it when how you make it. It was unreal. Second thing is driving with everyone. All the drivers there were killer. The call-out battles were fun. Seeing everyone drive and just have fun made it a great weekend. The third thing I would say is JZX ride-alongs. Seeing everyone in the car, experiencing people's first ride-alongs, seeing them hyped, had me hyped, and I think had everyone else hyped. The whole crowd was going insane during the whole event. So getting a lot of those people in meant a lot to me and was super cool. Fourth, we played golf early Saturday morning before the event, and it was nice because we got away from this 30-degree Philly weather for some nice, beautiful 75. We played in shorts, had some fun. 5, hitting the BC racing barriers and not being able to take them home. It sucked that I couldn't at least take one for memorabilia, but I think maybe next year we'll be there and we can do it again. Yeah, I missed the event. No, last messages. It's super cool. I hope we get to go back. I hope whoever is watching this can get to go next year. I think Adam, LZ, the whole team, Swan, Drift Games put on a killer event. And shout out to Savio for cooking all that delicious food. You and your family killed it. Thank you. I know everyone appreciates it, but I know probably not a lot of people know what went on in the background. You, sir, made the weekend happen. Thank you. I'm still full, dude. I'm coming to your house for Christmas.